When it comes to the issue of apology, you want him to apologize to the previous coach of the team. Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? Is this a comedy show? What the hell is this? You want him to apologize to the former? This is a professional issue. This is not a home training issue. This is not a Abiosinior issue.
The streets of football are still buzzing with the aftermath of Victor Osimhen's Instagram live rant, where he had several choice and unsavory words for Finidi George. Now, people have taken to the virtual streets to give their opinions to whether support him or condemn him. And of course, this won't be crossfire if we don't bring the issue here to debate. I am Anishilo, Jimmy Anishilo, and I'm here with Tunde and Tosen to discuss whether or not Victor Osimhen was right to do what he did. So, Tunde, are you of the opinion that Victor Osimhen was right to do what he did, or are you condemning him?
I don't know about condemnation, but I don't know how anybody can watch that and be on Osimhen's side here. I honestly don't get it. First of all, even though the source of his anger would have been legitimate if Finidi George actually said those things, it has still not been proven that Finidi George said those things. There's no link to the interview. There's no link that he publicly said those things. So even if Finidi George went on national TV and said those things live on television, it doesn't give Victor Osimhen the right to come out and speak against his, at the time, current manager who had just did you hear the things that he said? Talking about he has lost respect for that man. He was calling him Finidi. This is one of Nigeria's greatest ever players. Apart from the fact that he was also the Super Eagles manager, this is one of Nigeria's greatest ever footballers. Champions League winner, the legend of the game for Ajax, legend of assistant coach for 2 years, and then transitioned into being the coach. Even though that lasted for a very, very, very short time. There's no word in which this is right. There's a place for how you should handle yourself as a professional. It doesn't mean that you will not speak. Osimhen is not the first footballer to be wronged. It's not so it doesn't mean that you will not. And I'm still going on, even if Finidi said this, which we know that he didn't. But even if he said it, there are ways to come out and air your grievance. If you choose to do it via Instagram Live, there's a tonality to deliver it. Even if you are angry, there are just some things you don't say, laying curses on Nigerians. When he had his racism issue with Napoli, he didn't go on Instagram Live to say anything. Who were the people defending? Was it not Nigerians? When Napoli won the league and Serie A made Kvaratskhelia the face of the Serie A campaign, who fought on his behalf? Was it not Nigerians? Not just the Nigerians that he pays, not just Achiwaju Leri and them. Us Nigerians generally, because people that have never received a dime from him are the ones that said, this guy is the face of this thing. But when it's time to get angry, you just go on Instagram Live and just start ranting and cussing at people. Like this, there's no, and I'm sure the staff of Victor Osimhen's magnitude as a PR firm that he works with or that is in charge of him. There's just nothing they can do when a footballer decides to go on Instagram Live and do that. At this stage of his career, he should know not to do that. That's just all I'll say.
So Tosen, are you going to support Tunde's opinion, or are you on the opposite side of this argument?
I'm diametrically opposed to what Tunde has just said. And I always felt that me and Tunde, we always had a problem with his comprehension. But I now believe that it's an understanding issue. He doesn't understand a lot of things. So let's look at the Victor Osimhen issue from a historical perspective. From a historical, because people who do not understand this will not understand the context in which it comes out from. You see, Nigeria, for some of us who have been following Nigerian football for decades, anytime Nigeria is on the verge of not qualifying for a World Cup, there is a propaganda mechanism that comes into play. And propaganda, if you look at it, it means there is a political undertone. You understand? So let me explain this for you. Let's go back to 20 years ago. This is 2024. Let's go back to 2004. Let's go to historical context. Nigeria went to Luanda to play Angola. They lost that game. And a lot of people actually felt that, you know what, because they lost that game, it was still early in the qualification series, but we may struggle to qualify from this group. And they started setting up the groundwork for excuses, because the way Nigeria football works, once qualification is not certain, somebody has to take the blame. That is how Nigerian football works. So when the return leg came in 2005, a lot of people do not remember that Nigeria played out a 1-1 draw with Rwanda in Kigali before they now played out a 1-1 draw again with Angola at the Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano. And that is literally what sealed our fate as Nigeria did not qualify for the 2006 FIFA World Cup. And if you remember historically, who are the culprits? Let me use the word culprit. Maybe that will make more sense. The culprits that were mentioned then, they tarnished their image. I'm not going to come here and go and do your research. They tarnished their image, say that these people are not loyal, they are not supporting the cause of the Nigerian flag. You understand? They are not patriotic. Yeah, so let's go to 2021. When the qualification series was very, very smooth, we went to a playoff round, Nigeria versus Ghana. We even had political figures say, Nigeria will beat Ghana, shitless, whatever the case is. When we went to Ghana and we played out a 0-0 draw, and we came to Nigeria, they were already laying the groundwork, the propaganda for excuses. Wilfred Ndidi is not around. This. When we played a draw in that game, do you remember the people that they tarnished their image? Should I tell you? Should I tell you about the goalkeeper? The goalkeeper that was hailed as the next Ikechoromu for Nigeria, who went to the 2018 World Cup as a teenager, that was hailed as a hero. All of a sudden, in the space of 4 years, he became persona non grata. He couldn't catch a fly. You understand? And that is the way it works in Nigeria. Once Nigeria is already showing that, we may not qualify for the World Cup, they start to lay the groundwork for excuses, for failure. And who are they going to pin it on? They're not going to pin it on administration. They're not going to pin it on coaches. They're going to find a player and they're going to pin it upon. And for Victor Osimhen, a player of his caliber, who is expected to leave Napoli for a huge amount of money, he can't stand idle and let them tarnish his reputation. He worked hard for that reputation from Olusosun to go to the pinnacle of African football. He worked too hard for him to just sit idly. The delivery of his message was not correct. The intonation of that message was critically clear. I'm not going to be your scapegoat. I'm not going to be the scapegoat of Nigerian football. The failure of Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup is not on the shoulders of Victor Osimhen. That was the message he was sending. They were already trying to make him a scapegoat. We don't know where the message came from. No. I already explained my injury status, which was the key message that he was sending. I already explained my injury status. They want to make him the sacrificial lamb. Rather than focus on who did I not come here and say that Nigeria was not going to qualify for the World Cup? Obviously, I'm clairvoyant. I have a lot of knowledge. Obviously, my understanding is second to none. But at the end of the day, when you do not do things in the right way, the administration, like Nigerian administration is, they lay the groundwork for propaganda. And they wanted Victor Osimhen to be the scapegoat. He said no to it. And that is why I'm supporting it.
So back to you, Tunde. Now, based on everything, and of course you agreed that what he did, you are not in support of it. Now there have been calls for disciplinary actions against Victor Osimhen. Some are even saying that maybe he should be banned or whatever. Are you in support of those? What do you think should be done, like as an action against him?
First of all, I would like to sincerely apologize for what you just listened to. Typically when Tosen talks, I just tune it off. Because you might as well have just started a generator and put it there. It's the same outcome you get. He did not say anything that relates to the topic whatsoever. How can you support Victor Osimhen in this? How can anybody? And I know that they pay you well here. So you are not like those hungry online journalists that have to support Osimhen. Those ones, if they don't support Osimhen, they will not eat. You have eaten today, you will still eat when you live here. So can we be objective? Let us be objective. Osimhen was clearly wrong. We all love him. He's our best player. Nobody can deny that. In fact, I went on record and I still hold that opinion until today that Victor Osimhen is Nigeria's most accomplished player, not most successful. Like in terms of individual standing in the game, we've never had a player that is this well regarded in the world. We've never had a player ranked number 8 in Ballon d'Or and all of that. We've never had a player, win top scorer in a major European league while also winning the league. Is, in my opinion, on course to be one of the greatest players in Nigeria history. But that doesn't exempt you from what is right and what is wrong. Victor Osimhen was wrong. And unless he comes out and shows, a bit of remorse and apologizes, first of all, to the millions of Nigerians he laid curses on, because that was extremely unnecessary. All those that you can go and check. It was an obscene video. It was an obscene, just why people that support you, first of all, apologize to them. Secondly, whether you want to apologize to Finidi George or not, based on you feel he wronged you, if there's something else there we don't know, that's fine. But apologize for how you publicly referred to him. Just basically apologize for how you comported yourself on that video. And there's usually a PR team that should be able to do that for him in terms of putting out the statement. But what has Victor Osimhen done since that video? He has been out on a boat cruise with Victor Boniface, Obi Kubana, and all these people. Kubana Chief Priest, all this. They have been flexing. I've been living the life Tosen wants to live. Which is why he's here shouting with all his strength. 2002, 2004. About all this already they told nobody has you. That's the simple truth. Look, I think that, and I get what Ida Peter side was saying. It will set a dangerous precedent if they just allow this to go. I think that if Osimhen doesn't apologize or doesn't address this, I think that he should be banned from Super Eagles. It doesn't mean that we will not miss him. Don't get me wrong. I've said he's our best player. In fact, lots of people are saying we lost against Benin Republic and drew South Africa because Osimhen was not around. That might be true. Who knows? I know who I'll take between Osimhen and Paul or not true. That's just the simple truth. So I'm not saying that I'm not saying that we will not miss him. But this is the national team. We are also blessed in the striking position. We have lots of other strikers. They are all not as good as Osimhen, but it doesn't mean that Osimhen gets to do whatever he wants. If you let this go, where does it stop? If Osimhen comes tomorrow and says he doesn't want to be joining the camp anymore, he just wants to be coming to the stadium directly from his house and play and then go back to his house. What can you do? What can you say? And what will happen if, say, a Shehu Abdullahi opens Instagram like that, the way they go take a order for the team. Opens Instagram like I say because Osimhen did it, he wants to do it. So like it sets a dangerous precedent. You can see it from the way his fellow Super Eagles players reacted to it. Or John Igalo was on the live telling him to get off the live. He did not. I hear that Ahmed Musa also made efforts to try to get him to stop. It did not answer. So if he's not listening to John Igalo, not listening to Ahmed Musa, these are the OGs in the national team. I doubt that he will listen to me, Tunde Young. I'm not asking him to listen to me. I'm just saying what is right and what is wrong. And if he doesn't apologize, I don't see how we progress without a ban here.
So, Tosen, because you also said that even though you support him, the tonality, I think you said the tonality of the video, or the way you put it, but just answer the same question. What actions do you think should be taken against him?
This is a professional issue, not a home trading issue. The idea that he needs to apologize to whoever, I do not understand. The argument of that, like Igalo and Ahmed Musa trying to, I saw a post by Igalo telling me, like, they are not in his shoes, and they've never been in that position where they are prepping them. Like I said, they are prepping them with propaganda that this is, in case we don't make the World Cup, Osimhen is our fault. No. Osimhen had to come out and categorically deny that, and deny it with strong emotions.
Who was blamed for 2018 World Cup?
Blamed for 2018.
That would not be Argentina. Who was blamed?
Not there's a difference. Baba, wait. No. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking. And secondly, don't bring up history. That are not the same thing. When it comes to history, I know the history of is in my palms. When we talked about 2018, we are talking about at the World Cup, Abi. Yeah. There's a difference between at the World Cup and not qualifying for the World Cup. There are two different things. There's a lot of political hula baloo that goes. See, qualification for the World Cup, especially when it's in the United States of America, Canada and Mexico, there are a lot of political undertones that go into it. In fact, the qualification is not even for the Super Eagles, it's for some political class. Those of us who have been following Nigerian football for a certain amount of time, we understand this. So they are trying to prep out the excuses down. And Osimhen had to come out and deliver a staunch remark that no. These are the reasons why I was not, and I made those reasons clear. His emotions had to be even crystal clear. The delivery, maybe I may disagree with, but his emotions and his intentionality had to be crystal clear. When you talk about banning him from the Super Eagles, That's your own cup of tea. I said the Super Eagles were not going to qualify for the World Cup, so you ban him. Tosin Abayomi will always be right anyway. If you choose to not ban him, I still don't think you are going to qualify. But if you choose to ban him, you already even dim your chances of qualifying. So whichever way you go about it, Tosin Abayomi is going to be right. Whichever way you look at it. And when it comes to the issue of apology, you want him to apologize to the previous coach of the team. Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? Is this a comedy show? What the hell is this? You want him to apologize to the former. This is a professional issue. This is not a home training issue. This is not a Abiosinior issue. It's a professional issue. So let's be guided, please. And the issue you talked about, payment. Oh my God! You are the last person that should even be bringing that kind of sense up. When we were here, you didn't need a crystal ball to tell you that Finidi George is not the right man. I literally came here and I didn't need a 2-game sample size to tell you that Finidi George is not the coach for the Super Eagles. I literally said it. You didn't need to go through a two-game sample size to know that he's not the coach. But people like Tunde Young were the people that sat across from me and said, Finidi George, you go and check that comment on Twitter. Cutting my tweets. I feel it's all of them, those MPFL guys. Do you know why? Brown envelope. It's brown envelope. You're talking about. I literally. Serious. Brown envelope. Told you the MPFL is a. I said it. You bring an MPFL coach to come and coach the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You didn't need to. You just wasted those 2 games. But that's your. I told you. If you like, follow my advice. If you don't like, don't follow advice. Ban Osimhen. Don't ban Osimhen. Tosin Abayomi will still be right. Follow your life.
So we've heard from Tunde and Tosen, and until the Nigerian football governing body give a statement or release a disciplinary action, the argument goes on. Was Victor Osimhen right to go on Instagram and do what he did? I guess we will know. I am Anishilo, Jimmy Anishilo, and this is Crossfire.